That coffee's hit me now, bro.
You're... Eunice talks caffeine. I mean, I've got to get to say, look at this guy. He's lost the plot. We haven't even said anything on camera. Eunice is gone.
God.
He's, hang on.
To get that down, you mate. It's gonna work.
Let me drink those in because this is I've lost it here. Welcome back to Shootout. Welcome back to the Premier League review. Eunice is like, this coffee's hit me now just as we were about to start recording. I'm like, oh, that's good then. I need to catch up with the man. But Eunice needs to catch up with me when it comes to the predictions, all right? Because it is now 5-2 to me because it's the 7th week we've done this. It's 3 weeks in a row that Benson has showed up. And as we go through the scores this week, you're going to see that it was the most redonkulous start from me. But Eunice, mate, what a fantastic weekend we have had. Chelsea, obviously, doing the damage, doing the business, as we always do at 3 Point Lane. We're going to go over that in today's video as well as everything else. But, mate, the Premier League is shaping up now, isn't it?
It sure is. Just as much this coffee shaping up is the best coffee in the world, guys.
It actually is world class, by the way.
It actually is. I've made it.
You're here this
So,
time. Good.
you know, I'm back. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? You know what? I'm also going down the pretense of if you don't laugh, you cry, because
Yeah.
I'm on a bit of a losing streak here, guys. I don't know. I need your help, I think, at this point. What's the strategy? What's the tactic? We're running away with it. What's going on?
I think just listen to me, mate. Like,
No,
it's common knowledge.
If I listen to you, then we're just going to go the same route and you're going to just default to a win at the end of the season. No, we got to do something here.
We shall see. There's always next week, as they say. But there isn't the week
there
after
sure
next
is.
because we've got another international break. I'm so over it, mate.
I mean, all the teams are qualified to the World Cup. What's the point?
Yeah,
What are we
just
doing?
lock and load it, mate.
Just
fine.
Cancel, null and void.
Absolutely. Speaking of cancelled, Brentford got cancelled at the weekend. Well, they didn't really. It's Crystal Palace away. And I thought it was going to be 2-0. And it was Palace 2, Brentford 0. Crystal Palace back to winning ways. They're 9th in the Premier League table. Now, I've got a question. I don't know if it's just because I've kind of been a bit blown away by Palace in general.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of people in the comments of Shootout videos who, by the way, hopefully you see that we've read your comments and we've got all the scores up on the screen now and you can see the predictions and all that stuff. Hope you like that. But somebody, Palace fan, was saying how they're not actually very happy with their start to the season.
Yeah, I saw that
see
as well.
that?
Yeah, I saw that comment and I was like, huh?
I'm confused by this one.
If I was a Palace fan,
Yeah, but
I know quite a lot,
yeah,
because it's not far from home.
It's they're 9th in the league, which we were 9th literally on Saturday morning. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like this. Maybe Palace fans are genuinely thinking, no, do you know what? This isn't actually as good as we'd have wanted it to be.
No, but again, okay, so I'm going to use the same logic that I've used with some Chelsea fans that were looking and going, oh, we're 9th, panic stations, we're crap. Like, relax.
Yeah.
With Palace, I have to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Because the points, even right now, we've played another game, the table shifted again. Palace, despite being in that position, are well in the mix. Well in the mix. So, yeah, maybe, to be fair, maybe Palace fan or many Palace fans are looking and they're actually super ambitious and going, no, we can actually strive for more now and we got a proper team. So let's push because this position isn't good enough, perhaps. And I get that. I share the sentiment, but what my message is, don't worry. Because if you just win even just one more game, all of a sudden, Palace in the European spot.
Yeah.
Again. And then it's early. Wait till Christmas. My message here for everyone, and I think this goes for everyone, even those at the bottom, except Wolves.
We'll get to you later.
You lot are a write-off. But everyone, just chill, because we won't know what's going on until Christmas. That's the time where I think things will begin to really cement.
I look at that Palace team and I see a really top keeper. I think Henderson is one of the most underrated keepers in the Premier League, personally. Mark Guehi, not going to be there next season.
No.
Adam Wharton, who's out injured right now, didn't play against Brentford in the 2-0 win, but I don't know if he's going to be there forever. And I also think about Mateta, and I don't know if he keeps the numbers up that he's doing right now. He keeps scoring again. I don't know if they're going to keep him. And you've also got the Glasner situation there. So I think maybe to try and understand the mindset, correct me if I'm wrong here, Palace fans, it's not my place to say, But if I was a Palace fan this season, I would be like, this is our season. Last season was amazing. FA Cup win, magnificent. In Europe, sensational stuff. But if I was a Palace fan, I would be looking at this year and looking at how scattergun the Premier League is, how, apart from Arsenal, it's all up for grabs, really, at this point. And I'd be like, this could actually be the season that we should go for something. A bit more than like an average Palace season, you know?
Although it feels like all the things you've just listed, and let us know what you think, but it feels like, you know, when you go to a really good party, let's say.
He's back. He's really back.
I'm back.
Yep.
It's the cafe, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You go to a really good party, but you know, like, it obviously, there's a certain time, once it's over, it's over. And then everyone just...
I thought you were a man for the afters, Eunice.
We'll leave that for a separate channel.
Eunice talks late nights.
Mate. Oh,
I
man.
promise you it is coffee in there.
You guys want to
promise.
join? You guys want to join a shootout afters? Oh man, you won't be able to keep up. But Palace, it almost feels like that. Like they've got everything they need right now to have an absolute mental time.
Yeah.
And then everything's just gonna decipher itself and just split apart. Now, this is where Palace should be prepping. They should be, I think, already looking and seeing who they're going to approach if Glasner leaves.
Yeah.
They should be looking to see if a big bid comes in for Mateta and they have to accept it because that's the financial situation of Palace. Who are they going to go in for in order to try and replace him? Gurhi's basically a write-off. Who are you going to do? Who are you going to get in to replace him? Wharton was a fantastic buy.
Yeah.
Right? And we knew this. Chelsea were linked with him. A couple of other bigger clubs were linked with him. Palace got him. They've made it work. If something happens to Wharton, who's going to replace him? There needs to be these things in place. And I don't know if Palace are going down the Brighton route at this rate, where they just keep, replenishing.
Yes.
Replenishing. But enjoy the season for now, for sure, because I think it's going to be a good one for Palace. So no panic. Don't worry.
Absolutely. For Brentford, 2-0 defeat. Own goal in there as well. They're going to win home games, aren't they? I don't necessarily think they're going to be that great away.
No. I said if the fixture was flipped,
Yeah.
then Brentford, I think, would be in with a bigger chance. But
So technically, your prediction was still really good. You
it
got 2-1.
was.
You got a point there.
I thought Brentford would score.
Yeah. Brentford do often score, don't they? But they didn't this weekend.
No.
Shall we move?
Yeah.
Forest 2, Man United 2, Cue the Green, score again for Benson, another correct prediction. Good game, this one. We just arrived at the Belgian Beer Cafe, and obviously shout out to all of you that watched the stream with Paul Cannaville. But we literally just walked in the room, and I looked at the screen, and it was 1-0 Manchester United. And then I looked at the screen again, off the back of ordering my first Stella of the evening, and it was 2-1 Forest.
Yep.
Sean Dyche, mate, I had a funny feeling it was going to be a little bit slow maybe to turn it around. And obviously, if you look at the Premier League table, Forest at 19th. But I feel like this was the day that the train engine started for them again.
Yes.
I think their season began.
Yes.
And as much as it wasn't a win, it's a good result, I think, against the Man United team who have been resurgent. And also for Manchester United, I think this is a good result. I don't think this is a bad result at all.
It's funny, a lot of United fans will say the same thing, which on paper shouldn't be the case. Because I think it's because they were 2-1 down. And they managed to actually claw it back, which is uncharacteristic of Man United in terms of the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas recently United have looked better, which is probably why they've managed to do that. Because if this was prior, where they were in free fall, they would have lost that game. So I think that's the positive to look at. But yeah, Sean Dyche's Forest starting to take shape. I wouldn't say momentum. That's going to come after, but it's starting to take shape. I have to say, shout out United Strand. I mean, have you seen United Strand?
No.
You know the guy that's growing his hair?
Oh.
Yeah.
I
And
thought you meant United Stand.
No, United Strand.
Strand, like the Monopoly deck card. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or strands of hair.
With his hair. So
Yeah.
yes, I have. I was just unaware of the name of the account.
So
My apologies.
it's basically reset now because United need to win five games in a row, and at this rate, mate,
I'd forgotten about that, to be honest.
it's looking pretty crazy now.
I wonder if at this point he cares, because like it's going to be like a full-on identity crisis when he gets that haircut, because like
No, he wants the haircut.
he does want it now.
He can't get it. United won't let him.
For love nor money.
He needs to win five games in a row, and now like United have a favourable run of fixtures now. They're looking and going, okay, this could be it. I don't think it will. 5 wins in a row, mate. Even Arsenal,
Mate,
just about get that.
I think one of those results this weekend that you both just take it as the team and move on. Forest have obviously got European football to worry about,
Yes.
where Man United don't.
Yeah. Now, overall, and yeah, we were watching this briefly whilst we were setting up and getting things ready, but United looked in control, at least in terms of the play. Portion of the game, though, just a complete switch up.
Yeah.
And just basically lost it all. Very good of them to be able to get an equaliser in order to come back and get a point. But I would say this is more on Forest playing well than United struggling. I agree when I think people analyse and go, you know what, United weren't bad, but Forest were much better than what we've seen as of late. So credit to Dyche and credit to Forest. It's a start.
Yeah, moving up in the world, not necessarily in the table as of right now. Burnley 0, Arsenal 2. Both of us got this one absolutely spot on again. Mate, I'm sorry, I need to keep coming to you and asking this question, because every week it's becoming more and more apparent that we have a problem. We've got a serious issue on our hands here, and that is that the Arsenal are not just 1-0 winning and ticking over, they're scoring goals, they're not conceding any goals, to the point where Pep Guardiola is almost like tongue-in-cheek now saying like, oh, don't worry about them losing a game, but it'd be nice if they conceded a goal once in a while. I know it's Burnley. No disrespect to Burnley. No disrespect to Scotty P. But Arsenal, again, just did it well. Everything.
Yeah.
Every single
Well, you say every single thing. I said this when we saw each other after we saw that result. I was like, look, Arsenal have done the most business 101 move. They have identified a niche and they've gone all in.
Eunice tells me this every day.
And why?
Just because he's coping right now. Copium.
They have gone all in on set pieces and balls in the air, and that's it. They've mastered that one skill, and that's it. They're going to flip in just close to the title by scoring from free kicks and headers, and that's it. And you know what? I respect it.
I do. I honestly,
it.
I've got nothing bad to say about
outrageous.
it, other than the fact I absolutely flipping hate it, man. Like I've caught myself doing this on ShootOut. Like when I say Man City are boring, I mean as a whole, right?
Yeah.
All of these charges and all these years and all of this, like boring. For Arsenal, I'm actually kind of intrigued by this, because you're spot on. They have identified a niche. They've gone down it. It's like being an Amazon seller. If you sold floaty GoPro backs on Amazon, right, you're a millionaire now. I actually know someone who did this. I'm like, fair play, bruv. Don't know if it's for me. I quite like, you know, sitting on a camera and stuff, but he's certainly richer than I am. But Arsenal, I think they are going to waltz to the Premier League now. Like, I was convinced during that international break predictions video, we might revisit that. Or do we need to do it every? Yeah, it's a bit.
No, we're overdoing it.
We can revisit and talk about it. We're not predicting it again. I think it's every week. I look at a more complete side. I think Eze's kind of fitted perfectly. I thought he was going to be a left wing player for them, but he's kind of fitting into that midfield now a bit more. Yeah,
and that's his prime position as an individual.
Yeah.
They've fit him in like a glove. It was pretty perfect.
Yeah. Should we move on from this lot?
No, well, before we do, I want to say it's actually quite fantastic that Arsenal are able to now generate fear every time there's a corner or a free kick. Like every time, whatever it is, you just look and go, yeah, okay, they're gonna score then. Like, and then they do. Like, it's not even a case of, oh no, they didn't get it this time. Like, every time it comes round,
yeah. We're almost checking now to see, like, oh, set piece. Yep.
We did, didn't it?
Yep. Yeah. More often than not.
Unbelievable. And then the second goal, Declan
Declan
Rice,
Rice, yeah.
Arsenal fans were like, oh, that's open play. It was open play. And then when we go and look at the actual goal, yeah, it's open play. It's still a cross into the box and it's still a header.
I think we got to give him that. A hands up, we got to give him it. It's got to happen. He's not happy. I'm not happy either. Don't get me wrong.
But no, you know what? They are solid. They are strong. Defensively, they've got so much structure. No one's getting through. But
Chelsea will.
Chelsea play them soon, so
we will.
We'll see you soon.
We'll at least score.
Listen, you got to bring that type of football to the OGs of that type of football, so we look forward to it.
Hold that.
That's just me, like with pure chest,
mate. You have some more coffee, mate, please.
Cheers, Arsenal.
Brighton 3, Leeds 0. We both predicted 2-1 Brighton here. It's actually funny, isn't it, how we both predicted so many more similar scores when we weren't in the same room as one another?
No. And this is where, okay, so you guys think that sometimes we just go along with what the other person's saying just for the sake of it. No.
We don't.
We're actually giving you our genuine predictions. So that proves it.
3-0 it was. Brighton, again, like you keep saying this, to be fair. Good prediction from you. Brighton at home, very dangerous team.
Yeah.
Very solid. And I didn't watch this game, but I did see the highlights of this game. Danny Welbeck again, just scoring goal after goal after goal. Don't really know what you're going to get with either of these two at the moment. I think with Leeds, when I look at the league position, if I were Leeds, I'd be a bit worried right now because I do think Forest will be on the up. Obviously, we'll go through West Ham towards the end of this video. They had a great win yesterday. New manager. Are Leeds going to have enough? Because they didn't offer really anything in this game. Brighton dominant throughout, scored 3 goals, and very simple goals too, like ball across the face of the goal, tap-ins basically.
Yeah.
Like poor defending from Leeds.
Leeds, I mean, and that's not a first, but we normally talk about apologies. We normally talk about how Leeds struggle to be able to take advantage by going and scoring goals. Defensively, they're not the worst, but this was a poor defensive performance from them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's also kind of expected with Brighton at the Amex. They are, when they switch it on, really hard to stop. And Brighton, in that capacity, when you're playing against them, you actually need full focus and concentration. If you don't, they will find spaces to run into and they will play in a very direct manner for them to almost just catch you out.
Yeah.
So Leeds looked a little switched off. But they've got the same issue that we talk about week in, week out, which is if they can sort out that front line.
Put the ball in the net.
Honestly, that's going to help them a lot because I feel by not doing that, they're actually applying more pressure on their back line.
Yeah.
They're applying more pressure on their whole defensive structure because it's not something that they can just hold. They ain't got that. They need to be able to score goals in order to protect themselves as well, which they just don't have the outlet for right now. It's just not looking good. So that's going to be attention for them in January. I would say they should start prepping for what they're going to do in Jan because right now they just don't have someone to turn to. Even Calvert-Lewin, they haven't got anyone to turn to. January, they need to go into the market.
They should go in the market for some Wolves players because Wolves got nowhere to turn, way to turn, when to turn.
I wouldn't, mate.
Strand Larson at Leeds would cook. I don't know what's happened to him because Newcastle was supposedly wanted him for like 70 odd million in the summer or whatever, and Wolves like, no, he's staying with us. Wolves were battered 3-0 at Fulham, who have also been struggling massively.
Big time.
I feel like this is actually the game that relegated Wolves, and we've been saying it for a while that it was like.
Well, it's also the game that got the gaffer fired.
He did. Vitor Pereira is gone.
He's been sacked.
But this was
without full pay.
This was a capitulation. Again, red card, Agbadu, who I thought was a class centre-half last season, when they brought him in January, I think it was, he completely reshaped that defence. They became solid. They weren't conceding many goals. They were winning loads of football matches with the same centre-half and the same manager.
Yeah.
It's all gone wrong. And, watching the game, it looks like Wolves have given up already. And it's kind of we can't compete here. We're not good enough to beat or play any of these teams. And it also kind of it makes me confused even more as to how Chelsea managed to concede 3 goals against this side. In midweek? Bro, how?
This is the history of the Chelsea.
This is.
We do that
What are you doing?
at the Molineux, Charity FC, and then we go to 3-point lane and pick up 3 points. We're going to come to that. But Wolves, you're completely right. They gave up. Fully. And look, this is something that's been brewing. This isn't new. And this is why the change had to be made. I'm totally in favour of Vitor Pereira getting sacked.
Yeah.
I mean, respectfully, good luck in all your future endeavours. But the change had to be made. Like, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, basically.
The straw that broke the camel's back. What a Monday morning with Eunice. Eunice talks camels.
Bro, this is the one that when you lose against a team like Fulham that haven't been in form and they've been struggling, and there's been games where they've played well, but they haven't got the result. And then they just make it look so easy. Like, that doesn't reflect on how good Fulham are. That reflects on how bad Wolves are. And I think individually as well as collective, they're in the mindset of, I actually don't care anymore. And you can see it. Like, this is why the change had to be made, because now they're going to get a bounce. Yeah. Now that someone else is going to come in with a new energy and a new way, and everyone's going to get back onto the same page. And I think we're going to see at least a moment of Wolves looking better.
A bright spark.
Which, funnily enough, we play them next weekend, don't we? Typical. But
there's no way I'm entertaining an idea of this. If we don't beat Wolves at home before an international break, mate, I tell you what, I'm going to Pluto for my November holiday. I swear. Like, I can't deal with that.
Good luck finding a good rate for that.
No, there's some good flights out of Dubai these days. Fly Dubai, do a solid one to Pluto. It's only a one-way ticket.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. I really wouldn't
Probably
be surprised.
one day, for sure.
But yeah, Wolves, absolute mess. Absolute mess.
Well done, Fulham. 3-0 home win. You needed that because, as we're going to talk about later, teams below you doing well with West Ham winning. But like, there is one game, obviously, this weekend that took precedence in our lives as Chelsea fans. And I guess if you're a Spurs fan as well, like, you're just sick of this, aren't you? Like, Chelsea Football Club winning at Tottenham Hotspur is like having a coffee every morning. And tell you what, I was so happy with it. I bought 2.
That's gonna hit you much more than that hit me.
Don't you worry, mate. Like, I'm here for it. And I want to say one thing. 6 things we learned. I gave a green box to Caicedo. I was wrong. It was a blue. It should have been a blue. It should have been a blue.
That's blasphemy from you.
Yeah,
mate.
I've been rinsed for it. I've lost a few subs.
Big up to all of you for rinsing him in the comments.
It's he is just outstanding, Caicedo.
It's not even outstanding.
There's superlatives that haven't been made yet in the dictionary. You know, every year the Oxford, the Collins, whatever it is, they induct new words into the dictionary. We've got to come up with something. Let me know. Just throw me some brand new words.
Let's create a word here.
Thesaurus me, all right? In the chat right now, in the comments, let me know, because I've run out of things to say about him.
He is...
What are you looking up there? He's a door hinge. What else can we say? A light switch.
I'm legitimately trying to create an English word on the spot for this individual, because that's how wild he is.
Yeah.
I said it in my review. There's no words to describe that performance except just absolute machine.
Yeah.
Like, machine. That it was superhuman.
Yeah.
That wasn't a human performance. And this is where I said don't test him. Because at this rate, I don't know if he's gone down the Mudryk route.
Caicedo on a footballing path, right, is like the concern that human beings that are lazy should have about robots.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, robots can do what humans can do, and they can do it to a level of like near perfection that makes it almost impossible for a human to compete.
Yeah.
Like, we've been saying this for over a year, but if Caicedo gets injured, touch wood, don't say it, George. Why did you say it, George? We've got a problem. But any team in the world would have a problem if you've got him and then you don't.
Yes,
he's that good.
No, it's not just his energy, his timing and his precision with the energy is just, this is what I'm saying, it's superhuman. It's like everything's been calculated on an algorithm and he's just executing. You know, everything that he puts himself into is fantastic. And like let me get your thoughts on this. Even the non-Chelsea fans, let us know. How do you see Caicedo from outside the box? Because I've said that the same path that Makalele, Essien, Kante walk down, Caicedo has started that path.
Yeah.
And he's on that same path without question. And he was the assist to the goal for Joao Pedro.
That's what, when I
because
say, like,
of that press
Yeah.
and because of that timing and that tackle and then that burst and then just without Caicedo there, we ain't scoring that goal.
Mate, it is like how he doesn't ever look in control of that moment, but he is fully in control
Fully.
of it.
Yeah.
Like he's stretching here, stretching there. It looks like he's about to fall over, but no, perfect pass into Joao Pedro, who scored. And I want to talk about Pedro a little bit because I feel like he's been criticised, maybe rightly so. I think if you're leading the line for Chelsea and you're not scoring for however many weeks in a row it's been until this game, huge goal again. We've seen this a bit already in his Chelsea career. He had 5 shots against Spurs, all of which were on target. Vicario did show up and deny us. We should have had 4 or 5.
Phenomenal. He was class.
He was immense in goal. He was
Yeah.
actually the highest rated player on the pitch.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean he's the best player on the pitch because we know who that was. But big from Pedro, I think. But again, I think it's one of those where it's kind of like the elephant in the room is gone now with him. It's like, yeah, he's going to score. He will score.
Yeah.
But again, I think when he's back in that 10, Delap's back in the team, that's a perfect game for next weekend, isn't it? Pedro and Delap against Wolves. Come on.
You'd like to think so, and this is the thing with Joao Pedro. I've said this on at least when we're talking Chelsea on our channels, that Joao Pedro and even in this game against Tottenham, the chances fell to his feet, right, and he could have buried another 2.
Should have really.
Same goes for him and Gittins. If it wasn't for those chances, we'd be 4-0 up,
Yeah.
right? But Joao Pedro, I believe it's his movement. Like, he doesn't run like a striker. He doesn't run like a 9, right? He's like, you can see preconditioned almost in a way where he runs like a 10 and puts himself into positions where you'd expect an attacking midfielder to be not a striker, or at best a second striker. But when the ball does land to his feet, he has the capabilities to score because he's that good when it comes to his accuracy. The problems that we've had is we've not got the ball to him a lot in prior games, but then he doesn't help himself when he's not moving into channels or he's not moving into spaces like a striker should.
Yeah.
And we saw that against Tottenham. There were chances where Garnacho was on the left-hand side driving into the box, or not even driving, but there was space for a striker to be able to run into to get himself into the 18-yard, and he wouldn't run. And he's jogging away to the middle as a number 10 would. And then to just sit on the edge of the box.
I don't think he's fit.
Maresca said this, but I mean, he looks fit.
But I disagree with that. I don't think he does look fit.
Do you reckon?
He looks like he's like a healthy, fit individual. Sure.
Yeah.
But like, there was, even before the goal, I'm like, he's got to move more. Literally in the same breath that we celebrated that goal.
But yeah.
I was like, I think he's got to move. He's too static. But again, I think it's this like positional.
You think that's down to fitness? You think that's down to?
I mean, Maresca's been saying it all the time. Maresca's saying like he can't train every day, he can't play all the time. But then it's like, well, Mark Guiu's obviously not the guy. Like,
Not yet.
we might like him,
Yeah.
but he's clearly not the guy.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's great that he scored. I think it'd be huge for his confidence. There is a player I want to ask you about though, because obviously Chelsea fans in general. Esteval is literally, again, a huge roar inside the Belgian beer cafe. Like, we've talked about him a lot. He is a special kid, and he's a special player. Pedro Neto, I think, was the worst player for Chelsea on the pitch the other day. And I can really understand why Pedro gets so much stick. Neto, this is.
Yeah.
Because output-wise, as a winger, I think he needs to do more. I can always see why he stays out there for so long. Maresca clearly trusts him, and we've seen it multiple times when it comes to rotating those wingers. Who's the first one to come off? Very rarely is Neto.
Yeah.
He's a very dependable player. But how long can he keep Esteval out of this team?
Not much longer. If not already.
Yeah.
Because I understand, like, this is the thing. I don't go in hard on Pedro Neto because I get it.
Yeah. No, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is important. In the modern day, and specifically in the Premier League, you need that type of player. Someone where not just, okay, we're looking at our winger for goals and assists and that sort of contribution. And I feel like there's a few chances that are taken away from him because, you know, in terms of assists, we don't bury. But he needs to do more in that regard, without question. And I think even individually, being able to take advantage of certain spaces, cut inside, and try and shoot and try and create things for yourself, I think that's where he doesn't do that enough. But everything else, when it comes to strength or getting into challenges, winning the ball back, shielding the ball, coming back and contributing defensively, he does all of that to like 200%.
Yeah.
And that's where managers can rely on that sort of player to prevent the other team from scoring. Now, Esteval, this is where I think Maresca's got it warped. Esteval is someone you'd look and just as profile, right? 18 years old, not the biggest, very technical. You don't psychologically think, I'm going to rely on that player to, get stuck in and get dirty, basically, right? But I think he can.
I think he's willing to.
He can, no, and he's shown that when he does come on, he does drop back. His energy is through the roof. He gets stuck in. He does all of that, but I don't feel like he's had enough game time over 90 minutes each game to be able to show how much he can actually do that. But the moments that we've seen, he has done that. So I'm confident. This is where with Esteval, I'm confident. Even if we were to bring him on for Pedro Neto, I think we will fulfill that side of the game too, even with Esteval, even if people don't think that's going to be the case.
I agree. I also think about that right side. Like I always think with Lavia being fit, like I want him in the team. But this whole Reece James in midfield experiment, I'm won over by this, I am. With Malo Gusto playing with Reece James on the pitch at the same time, totally different player. It's night and day. Gusto, when James is there, class footballer. Really good.
And
I think
great.
That's why I'm confident that you can put Esteval where Neto is. Because on that right side, especially Wesley Fofana too, who's an aggressive centre-back, who's willing to step up and almost make the tackle before it even becomes like a defensive situation, right? Gusto, James and Fofana, that is an aggressive right side where you can almost allow a more free player who doesn't necessarily have to do as much defensive work, Esteval, on that right. And I think with Neto, as much as I fully get why he's out there, and I really like Neto as a player, it's a difficult one to talk about, really. But I think at some point or another, if it wasn't Esteval, it wasn't someone that good, that exciting, this conversation probably wouldn't exist. But I think you can absolutely now see a world where slowly but surely he takes that place.
Yeah.
And then Neto could also be an option on the left.
Yeah, I think that's inevitable because Esteval brings so much quality and is going to turn into an eventual game changer properly, where he's on the pitch and he has so much impact. And you saw even just for the moment that he came on, it wasn't long, but you can see when he's driving at defenders, they don't know what to do.
Nah, which way to turn?
Yeah, and I feel like he's only going to get better and better. And stay tuned, basically. Yeah, remember we said this.
Carabag, double, brace, it's happening, trust.
Okay. Well,
Champions League predictions tomorrow. You're going to find out what I think's going to happen.
There's that. I'm saying, remember the name. Keep your eye on that Esteval kid.
Yeah.
Just watch out, because in seasons to come, you're all going to know who he is properly.
Hopefully not Real Madrid or Barcelona. Or maybe they will know.
They will know.
Because we'll score against them in a Champions League semi-final.
Thank you very much.
Not because he's going to be playing there, of course.
And Tottenham, I do want to add.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about them if you want.
We have to.
Happily.
We have to. I said this as a tongue in cheek. I don't know what it would be like to support Spurs. I mean, that's just it's a prison sentence, isn't it? Really.
I just find it crazy how Chelsea always show up. They never do. They just don't show up for this fixture, and I don't understand how you can't premeditate this in your brain. And I feel like Spurs maybe do that. They should never have finished this game with 11 men.
Well, this is what I was going to say. They have shown up.
Yeah, to leave a little bit in, but that's not how it works.
But that's not how it works. No, there's more to this.
There's got to be more quality than
There's
this.
levels to this game, guys.
There is. Bentancur is a tenth, an eighth of a footballer of Moises Caicedo. Wait, I've just gone from a tenth to an eighth to a 12th of a footballer.
You just gave him some more credit.
Yeah, no. Bentancur, mate, get in the bin. You should have been sent off. Reece James is too good for you. And luckily, Reece James stayed on the pitch after that horror show.
That was absolutely despicable. How they stayed with 11 guys on the pitch, I don't understand. The referee, VAR, whoever's responsible for looking at that, you should be fired.
But we've said this every week. Every week, these referees just show what their true value is. Useless.
It's typical, isn't it? But Tottenham, they were run out of ideas, and they didn't do anything. In fact, we saw, and again, I don't like mentioning this much, but the XG.
Oh, he's getting twisted. He's starting to turn. Is our Eunice
0.05, the lowest
in their Premier League history?
Yep, they done nothing.
And we should say, as a result of that, well done to Gusto, Fofana, Trev, Cucurella, and Big Robert.
Yes, 100%.
Sanchez was class, mate.
100%.
Really good.
Yep. At least in terms of his positioning, catching the ball,
distribution,
everything. But he wasn't tested. Like, because again, Tottenham just couldn't find an answer. I feel like Thomas Frank tried so much in terms of the substitutions that he made. He changed all 5. Changed the system, told them to double down with the aggression. You could see second half, after what we saw transpire, second half, they doubled down and they wanted to get even more aggressive and to try and get into our heads, but that's not how it works, lads.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
This is the history of the Tottenham.
It is.
This is it. So, yeah, 3-point lane. Thank you for the 3 points.
See you next year. We'll be back to maintain and withhold. Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. Now, this was Liverpool were very good. Very good. Probably their best performance in the league this season, I think.
Liverpool won a football match.
They did. And they won it very well, actually. Like, I was impressed.
Well, yes, and Aston Villa. I mean, what happened, lads?
Villa poor, very poor. But I think this is the first time this Liverpool team has looked balanced and strong. Like, Szoboszlai was amazing, I thought. Like, he wasn't one of the highest rated players on the pitch, but he was, in my eyes, bossing the game for Liverpool. Salah scored. Gravenberch made it 2-0. I think this is more about Liverpool than maybe Aston Villa not being as good. Like, you've said this a lot. Aston Villa away from home, not as good as they are at Villa Park. They've been on a great run, but it's the script flipped on its head here. Villa had won 4 in a row. Liverpool had lost 4 in a row. But I always think with this Liverpool team, eventually, it's going to come good. And it did.
And this is also, when you look at who Slot turned to begin this game, you could argue that's the most balanced Liverpool team you could drop. And it doesn't consist of any big signing except Ekitike, who fits in like a glove, I think, pretty well in this Liverpool team. But there's no Wirtz and there's no Isak.
No Kirkesh.
And
Robertson back.
Robertson back. All of a sudden, Liverpool looking better. I'm not surprised.
I don't understand how Slot has taken this long to put Robertson back in.
Neither do I.
I don't get how, like, all of a sudden, he just became rubbish overnight, did he? Like, yeah, you probably needed a new left back, but Kirkesh has not been very good. Like, just straight up.
Agreed.
I think this will be something we see moving forward now. I think Robertson is back in the team.
No, so now this is where for Liverpool, this is where for Arne Slot, people are going to know whether he's got his head screwed on or he doesn't. You've gone back to type, should we say, on a certain blend of players, certain combination of players. If you turn away from this now, fans are going to look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, it worked. Stick
worked.
with it.
This is now where you have to stick with it. And especially in that midfield. That's their best midfield. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
If this is where the whole Wirtz thing is just, it doesn't fit. There's no reason to have Wirtz. It's just,
I'd be so
because you're breaking that midfield up. And Gravenberch with the goal as well. Credit to him because he
Yeah.
scored. And Salah on the score sheet.
Big for him.
But again, this is the Liverpool team they need to stick with. And unfortunately, it means having nearly £250 million worth of players not in the team.
Well, we'll talk about this in the Champions League video, which will be tomorrow's vid.
Where was Isak, by the way?
He's out injured, I think. I
He
don't
is
know
injured, isn't he?
what it is exactly, but he was out. He wasn't even in the squad. But obviously, Liverpool play Real Madrid this week.
Oh, boy.
So this is where we can
We're
really
doing a
go
watch
into
long
this.
for that. We have to.
Yeah, this is a
Has
big
to be
one.
done.
Big
Has to be
game.
done.
Huge game, but Liverpool back to winning ways. Should we move to West Ham?
Yes.
West Ham 3, Newcastle 1.
Credit to West Ham.
Mate, they were 1-0 down in 4 minutes. Murphy scoring early for Newcastle.
That makes it even better for West Ham.
West Ham were good, bro. Like, they actually, they dominated Newcastle. They were all over them in the first half in particular. And then Newcastle kind of got a foothold in the game in the second half. But what a great result. And Nuno at the end, like the celebration from Nuno, you could see how much that means. West Ham, there was banners around the stadium, about 15 years, and look where the club are and all of this stuff. They needed this. And I think the way that they've won here is actually almost as valuable as the 3 points. To be behind, to have your back against the wall against a good side, a Champions League side, and then to come back, like that's what Graham Potter wouldn't be able to do.
No.
And that is quintessentially what Nuno does. He manages to like squeeze a game and squeeze out of it what he needs.
Without having much of the ball.
Correct.
Either, which is also contrary to what Newcastle prefer to do, because I think Newcastle are the side that prefer to play in that manner, but against West Ham, they can't.
Yeah.
And West Ham, with the moments that they did have on the ball, were very, very efficient. Very, very efficient. I think it was like 37% that they had on the ball the entire game, but they won 3-1. And in fact, had more chances, at least in terms of shots on goal. And this is why I'm saying it's rare to see West Ham in this way, but this is also what needs to be done in order to generate confidence. And Nuno, I feel like, is now I say hopefully in terms of as a neutral from Nuno's perspective, new manager that's come in who done well at Forest, probably wants to try and replicate the same thing. This could be, the building blocks being put in place.
That's why I think Wolves are relegated now, because everyone's starting to do something. Fulham won.
Yeah.
Forest, good result against Man United, really, and then West Ham.
Yeah. For me, this was a surprise. We predicted Newcastle wins, didn't we?
Yeah, I think I said 1-0.
Yeah. But credit to West Ham. I don't feel like this is more on Newcastle. This is more on West Ham actually just showing up and being really, really good on the day. And now can they get a run going? Because West Ham on paper, you look at this team, man for man, it's a good team.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't play? Like, I don't understand. Nuno might be able to start getting that out of them now. And as you've said, under Graham Potter, they wouldn't have been capable of this. No chance.
Yeah.
They have. Credit to West Ham.
Newcastle, I think, would be a bit worried because they were about to go on like a good little run. But when Chelsea started winning and then we had that bad result against Sunderland.
Yep.
I think Newcastle will struggle because I don't necessarily think that they've got a squad that is capable of playing midweek league, Champions League. I don't think they're going to have that. And obviously, they took a lot out of them beating Tottenham 2-0, which is a great win. They obviously want to win the Carabao Cup to retain that trophy. But I think we'll see this a lot from Newcastle this season, inconsistencies because of game time.
Yes, and I feel like there's a point to be made about both teams here. It's not in the character of Newcastle to go 1-0 up and then let it all go in that way. Like Newcastle are a team where if they're winning, they want to really cement and protect that lead, sit back a little bit, tighten those gaps, and make it hard to get through. They conceded 3. But on the contrary, West Ham, when they go 1-0 down, they're not normally the team to come back and win that game. And they did convincingly. Yeah. Paqueta, Souček, even in the last minute, they managed to go from minute 1 to minute 90, managing to come back and then set that momentum, keep it all the way until the end. And then even like towards the end, Souček got that 3rd goal, which meant they just kept pushing and pushing. They didn't step off the gas, which is what you expect from West Ham. So, again, credit to West Ham, but Newcastle, I feel like, would be very, very disappointed with letting that lead go and then letting it go fully.
Yeah, Nick Pope made 7 saves too, so West Ham fully deserved 3 goals and 3 points. Yeah. Erling Haaland 3, Bournemouth 1.
Fully agree.
Well, no, it's not necessarily true. Nico O'Reilly, good goal. Mate, how good is he? Outrageous.
Technically, you could up there with one of the men of the weekend.
I think it's just, how can you get so little touches of the ball but just be so effective? And I've never seen someone, we talk about Caicedo as a robot, right?
He is, yeah.
He is the striker definition of that.
Oh my God, Caicedo and Haaland in the same team.
Oh my goodness me. The runs he makes, man, and how he stays on side, it's actually like, from a pure footballing standpoint, right? I love watching Haaland play.
Me too.
Because I don't care about all of this, he doesn't get involved enough. No, that's where people like the game.
That is his involvement.
Yeah, no, just score. And look at this, man. 2 goals, and he comes off again. And this stat blew my mind, right? Don't know if you guys heard this on the TV. I told you this morning.
Pep, pay attention.
15 times Erling Haaland has been on a brace and he's been substituted before the hat-trick. 15 times at Man City. He's only been here, what, 3.5 seasons, 4 seasons now? It's his 4th year?
Yeah.
Like, that is just insane.
Pep.
25 goals this season already for club and country, bro.
Club and country. He's on 13 in the league,
It's
isn't he?
November
And
the 3rd.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. He's already on 13. Like, how many games? 10.
10.
13 goals.
He's a joke.
Mate,
He's unreal.
He is on a Ronaldo level at the moment.
Yeah, no, 100%.
In terms of just output. But Haaland is doing this so... He's doing it in a way now where you know exactly what's coming, but you can't stop him.
Yeah.
Like, even defenders will know exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But they can't stop him.
The Petrovic save that denied him the hat-trick was pure... Like, a fair play to Petrovic, who technically had a bit of a stinker, really. He's got 5.4 rating here on SofaScore. But Haaland is in again, and it's almost the same third goal that he scored the other 2 with. And Petrovic is kind of just like flapping his arms around like this. And he's like, all right, cool, we'll hook this one away.
Yeah.
But like, well, how do you defend this? He's so powerful. The runs are so direct. And Rayan Cherki with 2 assists.
I was going to say.
They're finding that way to find him. And if you find him, he's going to do the business.
Score.
And I think that's where Pep deserves credit, actually. It's very rare that you'll hear me do this to Man City. But I think Pep deserves credit for actually just like realising the way to make this team tick.
Just get the ball to Haaland.
Yeah.
And do it well. And if you can get him into... This is where maybe Bournemouth allowed a lot of space. Because he was timing his runs beautifully. We have strikers that we recognise who can't read the line. Right? And then they get caught offside every day of the week. And I don't get that. Just from a striker perspective. When you're in the game, you can see the line. Like, are you blind? Or, you're allowed to be offside once or twice here and there. Maybe you just misjudge it, or maybe you're distracted. It can happen. But you should read the line and know where you are, and then judge your run, and then try and time it, and then get into space. Haaland just bosses that ability. He can do it with his eyes closed, and I love that. Mm-hmm. But the moment that he is in, he's going to score. His accuracy and putting the ball in the net is at 99. Like,
it's ridiculous.
He's not missing. He's just a naturally gifted, superb machine of a striker.
Yeah, if you're a young footballer, go and watch some Thierry Henry videos about how to run the line as a striker.
Facts.
But
Thierry
then
was
also,
a menace at that.
Haaland is becoming
Yes.
in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to create a blueprint for a perfect Premier League goal scorer, combine those 2 players, you might have the best footballer who ever existed.
But Haaland's got another point that no one can compete with here, and that's just his physicality, man. The guy's
a monster, isn't he?
He's a monster, but he's quick.
Yeah.
You can't get the ball off him. All he's got to do is that, and that's it. You're cooked.
He just
You're
looks
not getting it off
intimidating
him.
even from the camera. Like, I've never seen him in person. I have seen him in person at Stamford Bridge, unfortunately. And he scored that day, not for us. But he's just... Yeah, you're right. He's just a monster, isn't he?
That's it. So when you
way to describe him.
When you get the ability to put the ball in the net, his accuracy is there, but then his speed is there, and his strength is there, and his size is there. Well, he's got the full package. You can't stop him, honestly. And on top of that, he's making really good content. So big up, Erling. Welcome to the space.
Check out the Haaland channel. Always welcome on ShootOut, by the way, Erling. If you get any serious injuries, touch wood that you don't, because I don't never wish injury upon anyone, but.
If you're ever in Dubai for rehab, then come here. We've got space.
There isn't a seat.
We'll get one.
But we'll get you one.
We'll get one.
It's okay.
And he dresses well as a Joker too. If you haven't seen his latest vlog, very good Joker outfit.
We're big fans of the Erling Haaland YouTube channel.
Clearly.
But not fans of the way that he's scoring goals for Man City on the pitch.
That needs to stop. And you mentioned this really quickly. I think it deserves credit. Cherki could be the link between Haaland going on an astronomical level of insanity in terms of goals scored and actually making that happen, which is where in moments Man City looked like they couldn't really get the full, package out of Haaland. Cherki, I think, is the guy that's going to be able to just feed and feed and feed, because technically he's so gifted. And now I think with a little bit of run of form, and as long as he stays fit, Cherki is going to light up this league as well.
I think you're right. Man City looking good. On Bournemouth for a second, one step too far. I don't think this is going to derail them. I think
No.
One player I really like in the Bournemouth team is Senesi, the centre-back. I think he's a really good centre-half. Very aggressive, got forward a lot too. But it was the Haaland show. And this has been your Shootout review show. Every week we do this. We do predictions on Fridays. So put that one in your diary. And then on Monday or Tuesday, we obviously do a review show. We've got Sunderland-Everton tonight. But because Benson ran away with it again, doesn't matter what the score is tonight, it doesn't affect that we've picked the win this week again. Cheers, Eunice.
No, you know what this is? This is like Haaland not being top of the league, but making sure that with time he's going to get them there. Don't worry. And Arsenal over here are getting a bit too complacent.
I've just been compared to Arsenal. I'll take that for now. I'll take that.
I know you.
I don't like it.
It's scoring set pieces.
But I do quite like set pieces. Oh, anyway, speaking of set pieces, I don't know how that's relevant at all. It's not, but we're gonna score a set piece against Karabag. Esteval penalty, set piece. Gonna predict that tomorrow in the Champions League predictions. Have you got any more coffee?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Not some of mine. Because we've got another video to film now.
Oh, we might need one then.
We'll see you there tomorrow. Subscribe if you do. Cheers.